The following video evidence is from March 6, 2017 at 3:21 p.m. at 162 Bloor Street West, Toronto. From my internet and apartment surveillance earlier in the morning, CSIS, the RCMP, and Toronto Police Service knew I was heading to the Health Professions Appeal and Review Board at 151 Bloor Street West. A new fake panhandler setup has been staged in my path for me in the hopes I will take a photo and set off a public scene which discredits me through counterintelligence fakery. The police know it's a catch-22 for me, where I must document these setups to prove I am being gang-stalked by police. Pre-staging my arrival, a long-term police-protected fake panhandler at Bay and Bloor Street West is activated from his squatting position, where he has performed lookout duties for over a decade. As soon as I take out my camera, he walks towards me, likely to alert the fake panhandler's setup a few blocks westbound. These fake panhandlers ensure that only government and police-protected drug runners and informants run the GTA's drug trade, staging entrapments for naive drug buyers or dealers in order to eliminate or absorb them into the scheme. You may ask, why doesn't the public or news media report Canadian government and police stage managing organized crime as a mafia state? If you're familiar with the wealth of evidence on opcatalyst.net, it's clear that CSIS, the RCMP, and Toronto Police use counterintelligence stalking, frame-ups, surveillance evidence fakery, and forgery to ensure anyone exposing their institutionalized criminality is falsely arrested, psychiatrically incarcerated, and deprived of legal assistance to the point of turning public hearings into entrapment setups with highly paid informants. You may find the video from March 6, 2017 slightly amusing as I expose the two police provocateurs. However, this is a result of my being subjected to literally hundreds of these skits. It began with police-protected drug addicts and plainclothes drug crews converging on me when I would exit my apartment building to send me into a mental hospital after having been driven psychotic by such organized stalking and electronic harassment. There is nothing funny about this Stasi Zersetzung psychological warfare. However, this setup was so obviously intended for me, and me alone, I could only treat it with mockery. For this evidence, I would like to present my forensics before you watch the event itself, proving that the plainclothes provocateur who was tailing me had plenty of time to cross the street before an amber or red light, and that he was there as a backup for the plainclothes pretending to be a homeless woman. You can see this man entering and exiting the left of the frame before he poses, as if waiting for a green light. However, he still didn't time it correctly. His comment on my mustache is a deliberate telltale giveaway of Canadian police and spies lying that it is like Adolf Hitler's, since it is far from a toothbrush mustache, as you can see in my photo at the top of opcatalyst.net. Insults to your facial features are a style of bullying and psychological abuse of Canadian public sector employees, as they pass by through my daily walks for years to comment, "Nice mustache," in the hopes of instilling paranoia. Once you detect and begin speaking of the mafia state, you will not be able to go anywhere in Canada without being smeared and discredited to everyone you know and meet. For those who don't know Toronto, Avenue Road and Bloor Street West is an upscale area with luxury hotels, fashion and jewelry stores, and a museum, making the concept of a homeless woman in a wheelchair rolling herself into this upscale area instead of a social services center both inexplicable and implausible. It's March 7th, 2017 at 11:13 p.m. and 25 seconds by my watch Eastern Daylight Time. Back here at Avenue Road and Bloor Street West in Toronto to do some forensics regarding the fake panhandler which the Toronto Police set up here for me, and a police tail who followed behind me and staged himself here to protect the fake panhandler, and of course do the standard creating a commotion and a screaming match that makes me look like I'm some sort of public nuisance and disturbance, okay? So basically what we have to do is show that the police per appear, and if he wasn't Toronto Police, he was CSIS or RCMP perhaps, but most likely Toronto Police, that the police per appear had enough time to cross the street instead of just standing here waiting for me to videotape the fake panhandler here, and that he had specifically positioned himself by the street lamp so that he could observe what was happening and then come in at the right time to have me discredited on the very same video I made. So what we have to do is show that, as you can clearly see in the video itself, the traffic is lined up here waiting, which means it was a green light, and he had more than enough time to cross the street, both even if he had a green and even if he had a countdown on the lights. Now the way the lights here work in downtown Toronto is there's a countdown which begins at 19 seconds. Okay? See 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you get an amber, and then you get a red. And that countdown sequence takes 20 seconds. Okay? Now I've already timed it. To cross Avenue Road here, from the east side to the west side, takes about 13 seconds. So he had more than enough time, even if he had a countdown on the traffic lights. So what I have to do is take out my trusty chronometer here, right there, and we're going to start walking on a green with a countdown to show you that it only takes 13 seconds to cross. And I'm not a tall man like he was, so it actually takes me slightly longer, probably an extra second, to cross the street because my legs aren't as long as his. And we'll time the crossing of the street on my chronometer on a green to show you that while he was waiting here for about 15 seconds, and you can see that nobody else is waiting at the lights, you know, to cross the street, he waits here for about 15, 16 seconds, even though for 15 or 16 seconds the traffic is all lined up here because it's a green light for him to walk. So he deliberately stands here even though he has a green. Okay, so we have to cross the street with the chronometer running. Okay, I started my chronometer. 3, 4, 5, 6. Light still green. Okay, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 27 seconds on the chronometer, and the red is at 31 seconds, okay? So you can see it there. There's been no editing. I might even put time code on this video so you can time it yourself. But ultimately, this police perp had more than enough time standing there for 13 to 15 seconds to cross the street. He was specifically standing there after he tailed me to the corner from behind me, and usually when you're under surveillance by the police, you don't want their crimes exposed. You have tails both in the lead, which are leading tails, and tails behind you. So he had more than enough time to cross the street at Avenue Road from the east side to the west side here, okay? 3:21 p.m., 56 seconds by my watch, March 6th, 2017 Eastern Daylight Time. We've got a new one at Avenue Road and Bloor West. You don't seem very helpless to me. You look like you're about to jump up and assault me.
No, I'm not.
You look like a fake panhandler to me. You look like you have no crisis whatsoever. You look like the standard police lookout. You look like someone who's here to profile me specifically. And your fake cardboard sign.
You're recording me without my permission, okay?
Yeah, and you're putting on an act. You're as legitimate as a $3 bill. Why don't you hop up out of that chair and come after me? Look at you, you're so ready for this photo, hiding your sign.
Go right ahead. You want to see my sign? Go right ahead. There you go.
Standard issue sign. Yeah.
Oh, he's recording me without my permission.
Yeah. This is the standard Toronto Police setup, you see. Do you have any association with the Toronto Police, miss, or are you just going to lie? And they should go silent. I have my answer. That's not a no. It's too bad all these suckers have fallen for your little act. It is too bad. Have fun. Have fun with your police friends.
Get the fuck out.
We got to look out as well.
Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know why I'm out here on the street.
Hi.
Harassing people like that.
Hi.
Harassing me.
Police. Why don't you call the police? Or are you the police? Do you know that I have documented dozens of fake panhandlers in the city running the Toronto Police's drugs? Thanks so much, miss. I'll be keeping this up, don't worry.
opcatalyst.net. Truth is criminal.